my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a different video for you, and I've got a collaboration to share with you. So the lovely Becky, who is Notes from the Sewing Room, I'll link her details down below. She's over on Instagram and she's also got a YouTube channel. I'm sure you follow her already. She's really lovely and really inspiring. She makes the most beautiful clothes. She got in touch to ask if I wanted to do a collaboration with her, and I jumped at the chance. I love working with other sewists. It's always really inspiring to see their take on things. It's always exciting to see their sort of take on a pattern or a fabric. And it's just really fun working on the same project. You can sort of chat about the process and things. So I'm really excited about this collaboration with the lovely Becky. So we sort of went back and forward, both of us having a little bit of a think about what pattern we would sew, and then I've dug out some fabrics as well. So this video is going to be sharing the pattern that we're both going to be working on, and also some possible fabrics that I'm going to be using for the pattern. I nearly said what the pattern was then. I'm going to tell you that in a second, but before I dive into all of that, I'm going to let you know what I'm wearing. And I've got on a fairly sort of, I mean, it's a knee-length dress, but it's autumnal colours because I'm thinking about the season autumn. And when we chose the pattern that we were both going to be working on, that's exactly what we both thought about. So I'm going to put my fabrics down without giving you a little sneak peek, and I'll stand up so you can see what I'm wearing. If you followed me for a while, you'll know I absolutely love this pattern. It's the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff dress. It's a knit dress pattern. It's a faux wrap dress. It's got this gorgeous gathering here where the yoke is. It's got short sleeves. You can put a belt on. I usually just put ties on it. And then you can do knee length or you can do maxi length, and the maxi length has got this really lovely ruffle that goes along the bottom as well. I'll stand up so you can see what it looks like, but I'll put pictures in as well because it's easier for you to see a picture of me. You get an idea of what the dress looks like. I absolutely love this fabric. It's sort of like a burnt orange fabric and it's got these little flowers all over it. Very autumnal. And I've worn this with tights before when the weather gets a bit chilly. If I stand up, there are my knees and it just goes to my knees, and then I just put the belt, I do it as two separate ties that go into they're caught in the side seams, and then I just wrap it around and have it there as a little belt. And then yeah, you've got that faux wrap here. I like how it sort of really sits against my body as well, and then the skirt is a little bit flared. It's really, really comfortable. So that is what I've got on today. Becky will be making an appearance in the video, just saying hello and giving you a little sneak peek of her fabrics, and let you know when I'm going to insert that video. But yes, we both wanted to work together. We've wanted to work together for ages, and you know, life gets in the way and it's just taken a really long time for us to eventually get together. We had a really great chat over Zoom. Becky's just really lovely and down to earth and really easy to talk to, so it was an absolute pleasure to chat over on Zoom. And we went back and forward with ideas. We both wanted to sort of focus on the fact that we're going into autumn. I love this time of year because it's a fresh start at school. I feel like it's almost like New Year's Eve. Like, I don't really like New Year's Eve, you know, the 31st of December going into the 1st of January. I tend to see that the 1st of September as a new year. I think it's the teacher in me. So it's a brand new term. I've got new children that are coming to join me at school, and it's a really exciting time of the year. So we wanted to focus on that, and we went back and forward, possibly sewing up a bag, because that's something that I've wanted to try and do for a while. And then Becky suggested a cardigan pattern. It's a new pattern company to me. I've heard of them but hadn't yet bought any of their patterns. So it's the Pattern Emporium, and the pattern that we've both decided to go for is the Grabber Cuppa cardigan, and I really like the look of this cardigan. It's got 3 different length options. There's like a cropped cardigan, there's a hip sort of length cardigan, and then there's a longer length cardigan that's like mid-thigh. Just to say, I haven't got the booklet in front of me at the moment. I have sent it off to be printed. I get my booklets printed at Fabuloso. It's £2.50 to print the pattern booklet, and I just prefer to have it in front of me. So I haven't got it in front of me at the moment because it hasn't arrived, but I will put pictures in of what the pattern looks like, and I'll link the details down below for you as well. I have got 3 fabrics in front of me that I'm going to share with you, but there are 2 fabrics that haven't arrived yet as well. So when I go on to talk about those fabrics, I'll insert pictures of those fabrics. And I'd really love to get your thoughts on which fabric you think I should go for. So back to the pattern details. I've got my notebook in front of me with all the information because I don't want to forget anything. So if I look down, that's because I've just got the notes in front of me. So it's a pattern that comes in sizes 4 to 30. It's a PDF only pattern, which I know some people prefer a paper pattern, but they do only do PDF. But you can get it copy shop printed. That's what I do with all of my PDF patterns. I can't be bothered to stick all the sheets together, and I always worry about not being particularly accurate when I'm sticking them together. So I always get them copy shop printed. There's lots of different places that you can get them copy shop printed. I think there's one called Plan Printing 24. They're quite reasonable. I usually go with Fabuloso just because I like getting their little booklets printed as well. It's a pattern by Pattern Emporium. It's called the Grab a Cuppa Cardigan. It's got an oversized fit, so perfect for snuggling up in. And then there's 3 different lengths, which I've already talked about. So the cropped, I'll put a picture in now of the cropped one, hip length, and sort of mid-thigh length as well. I'm thinking of going for the mid-thigh length because I think that would add the perfect cozy layer when I'm at school. It gets very cold outside and also in my classroom, so I do like to have something on to snuggle, so I think this is going to be perfect for that. It's got a dropped armhole, really generous sleeve and easy fitting cuffs, and then it's got button down front as well. In terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend just any stretch knit fabrics. So I'm really looking forward to trying this pattern. I wasn't sure if I would have fabrics in my stash to match up with the Grab a Cuppa Cardi because I don't have a huge stash of, I've got a huge stash of fabrics, but I don't have a huge stash of knit fabric. So I went through my stash quite happily and I've pulled out a couple of pieces of fabric, but I have also ordered a couple of pieces of fabric. And when I get to those, I'll give you all the information about the fabrics, but I will put images in. So the first 2 fabrics I've got in front of me are from Abakhan Fabrics as part of my Abakhan Ambassador roll. They're both sort of a chunky rib knit fabric and they feel really lovely and soft. And actually when I got them out, I thought that they would go really nicely together. All of the fabrics apart from one are just a plain fabric, so I've avoided going with anything too patterned because my thinking behind this is that the cardigan would go with quite a lot of things in my wardrobe if I went with a plain fabric. So this is sort of like a peachy colour, and then this is like a baby blue sort of colour, almost a bit grey blue. These are really lovely fabrics. They're a chunky knit. They feel really lovely and warm and cozy, almost like a brushed texture on them. So I could either sew them up just in a plain, so using the plain blue or using the plain peach, or I could put them together and maybe use that for the main part of the cardigan and then use this for maybe there's like a band that goes down the front and then also for the cuffs. Or I could just make 2 cardigans eventually, one in this plain blue and one in this sort of peachy colour. But these are really lovely. You can see the softness on this one better. It's almost got this like fluffy texture to it. It's a really gorgeous fabric. It's got a really good amount of stretch, but also really good recovery. And I think this would be a really lovely, snuggly cardigan to wear. And I think this would go with quite a lot of things in my wardrobe. That sort of peachy colour is really lovely. But that blue, that pale blue, almost sort of, it's got a hint of sort of slate grey in there as well. Sort of blue fabric. I think they would work really nicely as the cardigan, and I've got enough of those to sew up the longer length cardigan. So those were my first 2 options. So the next fabric is, I don't quite know what the fabric is. It feels like almost like a velour sort of rib knit fabric, a bit velvety. It's got a little bit of stretch to it. But I was looking for a chunky sort of purple corduroy or lilac-y corduroy fabric, and somebody recommended this to me. They'd seen it on the website, but it was one of those really annoying situations where you go on the website, have a look, it looks like the perfect fabric. I must have misread what it was called, And then when it arrived, it was completely different to what I was expecting. It wasn't a very expensive fabric, but it sat in my stash for that reason, because it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. It was a completely different shade of purple, and it's a completely different fabric to a corduroy fabric. So I don't know what went wrong there, but this is the fabric. It's in a really deep sort of purple colour. You can see how dark it comes up. And you can see it's almost got like that, what do they call it? Like the nape to it that you get from a velvet fabric. So one way it's darker, and then when you brush it down, it's got a lighter sort of sheen to it. So it is a rib knit, you can just see, and it does look a little bit like a corduroy. Maybe, I don't know what it was called on the website for me to think that it was a corduroy, but it's definitely not. It's a very drapey, very sort of fluid fabric. So I'm not going to use it for dungarees, because it just wouldn't work. And it has got stretch to it. You can see there it's got stretch. This feels much lighter than the rib knit fabric that I got from Abakhan Fabrics. It's got more drape to it. So I'm not sure how this would work as a cardigan. But it would be a really good use of this fabric, because it has just sat in my stash. It's very purple. I'm not sure if I would wear it as a cardigan. I am leaning more towards the peachy colour and the blue colour fabric rather than the purple. I feel like this maybe needs to be like some joggers that I just wear at home, perhaps. I'm not sure, but that was another option when I was pulling out fabric from my stash. If I find out where it's from and what it was called, I'll link it down below. And the next two options, the fabrics haven't arrived yet. I got an email from Hey SewSister to say that it's been shipped, so hopefully my parcel will be here in a couple of days. But they are two fabrics from Hey SewSister. The first one I absolutely fell in love with as soon as I saw it. Absolutely gorgeous, and I could just instantly see it as a cardigan. Whether I turn it into this cardigan pattern or I use it for another cardigan pattern, we'll see. I could see this being the cropped version actually of this pattern, or the True Bias Marlowe cardigan. I think it would look absolutely perfect as that. So it's called Juicy Apple Cotton Viscose Jacquard Knit. I'll put a picture in now of what it looks like, but it's so cute. It's like a whitey cream background, and then it's got these gorgeous red apples all over it. And it just looks like it would make a really fun cardigan. And then I thought the buttons down the front could be like red buttons or green buttons. And I just think it would be such a fun cardigan. So that's the first option from Hey SewSister. And then I ordered two organic sweatshirt fabrics in a green and a pink colourway to do a colour blocked cardigan. So I definitely see these two fabrics going together, and I think they would make a really lovely sort of hip length cardigan. And one of them is a green colourway, I'll put it in now, and the other one was a pink colourway. When I saw them on the website, I just thought that they went perfectly together, and again would make a really cute cardigan. So those are all of my options. I'm going to hand over to Becky now as she does her little introduction, and then I'll be back.
Hi everyone, Becky here from Notes in the Sewing Room. Thank you so much to Liz for letting me join her in this little collaboration project that we're doing together. I'm really excited about it because of course autumn is on the way, and I'm really excited to make a new cardigan. So if you would like to pop over to my channel after you've watched Liz's video today, I would love that. Just search Notes from the Sewing Room on YouTube and you'll find me, and you can hear all about my possible fabric choices for my lovely cardigan that I'm going to make. And I'd love to see you there, and then you might also get to see a little bit more of my Labrador Bentley here, who likes to join me on a lot of my videos. But until next time, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much to Liz for, like I say, letting me join you on your channel today, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye!
So I'm really excited. I can't wait to go and watch Becky's video. So do make sure that you head over and watch Becky once you finish watching my video. Those are all my options for the cardigan. Please let me know in the comments below which option you would go for. So I've got the two options from Hey SewSister, the apple print jacquard, the green and pink sweatshirting fabric, putting those together. Got the purple sort of velvety rib knit velour type fabric, and then I've got the two options from Abakhan Fabrics, so either doing them separately or putting them together. I think for this challenge I'm going to go with a longer length cardigan, and I'm really looking forward to finding out what option Becky's going for. So we're hoping that we'll have our reveal vlogs ready by the end of September, so do make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also Becky's channel, because you'll get notified of when our videos come out. We both release lots and lots of content across the weeks, so do make sure that you hit that little bell button on our channels, because you get notified of when we bring out our videos too. Thank you as always for watching. I'm really excited about this challenge and I'm looking forward to testing out the cardigan pattern as well. If you have sewn up the Grab a Cuppa cardi, do let me know in the comments below how you found it and if you've got any top tips for me. Thank you as always for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, do make sure you've hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified of when I bring out my next video. Thanks a lot, take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.